What's up, guys? It's your boy Eos here. Show you something, give you a little tip on like how to prevent like pallets from falling. So this is another stop, but I have 3 pallets coming here. One is already on the sled, and I got these 2 right here. So what I suggest, always, say for instance, I go and pick this up, right? Boom, right? So you got the back one. It's really tall, right? So say for instance, like sometimes this jack will stop on you. So when it stops, it's gonna jerk, and you can best believe this pallet is gonna fall over. And you do not want these pallets falling. So to prevent that, you got 2 options. You can either do it this way, pull it out real quick. You can either do it this way. In Pepsi, we got these things called, I don't know what it's, a belt, and you can wrap it around, right? Wrap it around the entire thing. As I was saying, my GoPro ain't working right now, so I'm just gonna record on my phone. So boom. So now it's kind of secure. So if it falls or you gotta lean up, go up on the incline or something, the pallet, it might not fall, okay? And this is what I do. Cause I don't even do this sometimes, because sometimes, you know, these things don't even be on the jack half of the time. But this time it does. So I always use the belt whenever, you know, you got some tall pallets, and just like this one, always use the belt. So this is the second option, and this is what I really prefer, especially if you don't got the convenience of having this belt thing right here. I'm gonna try to do this with one hand, which is, and I like to be careful, go super slow with the jack, super slow, take my time, and I'm gonna put it back where I got it from. As you can see, gotta be careful. And sometimes another tip is, say for instance, you're trying to put it back. You're trying to put this back in this spot, right? If you go too slow and then it stop for you, if it stop on you, sometimes it's just best to fully commit. So if you see the pallet finna fall over, if you got something behind it, you can quickly just do this right here. Go forward real fast to save it. I'm doing this with one hand, so it's kind of hard doing it with one hand, but you can save a pallet from falling. If you see it falling, if you're trying to put it back in the spot and you see the pallet falling, you can just hurry up and go forward with this real fast to save it, and it just fall on the pallet behind it. Therefore, you know, it ain't gonna fall. Versus you just stopping completely and just allowing it to go into full motion of falling. That's one tip. But let me I know I'm saying a lot right now, but it's just, I'm just trying to help you guys out. So boom, I get this pallet. Oh, see what I'm saying? Look, see, I just went forward real quick fast because I seen I didn't fully have it. And you're gonna make mistakes like that. So you see, sometimes it's best to just fully commit. If you see a pallet falling, just go forward, especially if you got a pallet behind it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move this over here. And people may think this is doing too much, but man, I just try to prevent all this from happening. And I'm taking the time out to record this to help you guys out. So what I like to do, what I like to always do, especially if I don't got a belt, which I showed you earlier, is I like to get this pallet, boom. Get this pallet. I like to have this pallet first. You see what I'm saying? Like I barely touched it and it stopped. So I don't know what's wrong with these jacks, but it does that. I'm so thankful that it did not fall. Gotta reset it. Right. Okay, slow down. I'm gonna get up under it completely. Get up under it completely, right? So this guard is touching this. I like to always have my tallest pallet closest to me and close to this little guard thing, because man, it's just a lifesaver. Versus you having it the other way and you having the tall pallet at the very end, man, that pallet gonna fall. Whether you hit a curb or, you know, like I said, you just seen the jack stopped on me, right? It's always best to have the tallest pallet when you're using a power jack first. Always use the tallest pallet first. You see what I'm saying? That's a perfect example of this pallet was finna fall, but I just fully committed. I fully committed and I pushed it forward so it won't fall like that. So pick this up. So this is how it should be. You should always have the tallest pallet, you know, right on the rack right here, on the rack. Versus you having the tall pallet on the outside and you got the small pallet on the inside. whenever you make a maneuver or like the jack a stop or you hit a curb or you're going up an incline, this pallet is for sure is gonna fall, especially if you ain't got the belt. But I always use the belt. So right now, I'm not worried about this pallet. I'm not worrying about this small pallet right here. So what I'm gonna do is just simply belt this one. Just like the physics of this is not gonna fall. This is not gonna fall at all. Lock it up by pressing this in. Now it's not gonna fall, versus if I had this pallet over here and I would have belted it, it just would have been like, you know, this belt is trying to keep it prevented. So if you would have did any type of motion, this pallet, if you had this tall pallet right here on a belt, it's just gonna lean. It's gonna lean on top of this small pallet. To prevent that, right, I just switched up the pallets, and it took a little bit of time, and it's taking even more time because I'm making this video. But man, this stuff helps a lot. And now it's very secure. So now you got the security of this and you got the security of the belt. So this pallet ain't falling, man. Unless you just trying to drive this like a reckless driver, right? This pallet ain't falling. But I just wanted to give y'all that quick little tip, because that's gonna help you out, especially if you're doing Geo and Pepsi. Hopefully that helps you guys. That being said, please like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'm out. Peace.